Today we're going to talk about, can amending a California tax return increase your audit risk and criminal exposure? Or what really happens when you try to fix a past mistake on a return? If you're thinking about filing an amended California tax return, if you think that'll quietly fix old mistakes and close the book on them, you need to think again. Amending a California return can actually open the door to new scrutiny, audits, and even criminal tax exposure. Every year, the Franchise Tax Board and the IRS review thousands of amended returns for red flags. In this video, I'm going to explain what really happens when you amend a California return, and why that can increase your audit risk, and how to do so safely before the government knocks on your door. Okay, what really is an amended return? Well, let's start with the basics. An amendment is not just a correction, it is a completely new filing. It's a second chance for the state to look at your numbers. When you file a new Form 540 and a Schedule X, you're telling the FTB, something was wrong with my original return, and here's the change to correct it. Listen, that action alone can raise questions. California's system automatically rescreens the data and then matches it against IRS records and flags anything that doesn't line up. If your change reduces the tax that you owe or creates a refund, or reverses prior positions, expect extra attention. Straightforward amendments that increase tax usually move through the system faster, but returns that reduce tax or claim large refunds, those are the ones that California examiners focus on first. So, when does an amended return actually become evidence? Now, here's the part most taxpayers never hear because their preparers don't know it. An amended return can be treated as a potential criminal tax admission of wrongdoing. If your original return was false or willfully misleading, your amendment becomes proof that you knew it was wrong, potentially. In a criminal tax case, prosecutors call that Exhibit A. Filing early can sometimes show good faith. But the amended return does not erase the return that came before it. If you underreported income intentionally or failed to disclose offshore accounts, the amended return can confirm criminal tax intent with the original return. And criminal tax intent is what turns a civil issue into a criminal one. Timing matters. When you file an amendment, the audit clock resets. The FTB generally has 3 more years to examine the amended return. Guess what? So does the IRS. And remember, California and the IRS share information freely between them. If you amend your state tax return without filing a matching federal amendment or vice versa, the IRS is eventually going to find out and start asking why. That's how many state amendments turn into federal audits or criminal investigations. So, how do you amend your return safely? If you genuinely need to correct an honest mistake, you still have options here. Don't quit sleeping at night. But you need to proceed carefully. Start with full documentation. Your California Schedule X should clearly explain what changed, why it changed, and how you calculate the difference between the first position and the second. You should attach proof, like corrected 1099s or K1s, or federal adjustment letters if that's why you're amending. And make sure your federal and state filings match. Any mismatch between the two will trigger data matching software instantly. If your changes involve California residency or California business sourcing or multi-state income, be ready with evidence, things like travel records, contracts, and pay stubs. These items are the first things the FTB will request if they open an inquiry. When should you consider a voluntary disclosure? That's coming forward and voluntarily telling the government you cheated in exchange for a pass on criminal prosecution. If your original return left out substantial income or offshore accounts, A simple amendment might not protect you in those cases. The safer route is to first do a federal voluntary disclosure program. This is a formal process that shields you from criminal tax prosecution in exchange for your promise to pay back taxes, pay interest, and up to a 75% fraud penalty on the year that generates the most income tax. The key here is to come forward before an audit or criminal tax investigation begins. Once your returns are under review, it's too late to claim voluntary status on the amendment. California does not have a formal voluntary disclosure for in-state residents, but our experience has been that California accepts amended California returns related to a federal voluntary disclosure without issue. California does have a voluntary disclosure program, but it's solely for out-of-state residents. Well, professional help here is crucial. Deciding whether to amend isn't just about math. It is a legal decision with serious consequences. That's why you should never file an amendment without the guidance from a duly licensed tax attorney and CPA. At the tax law offices of David W. Klasing, we analyze your full situation before a single form is filed. We confirm the statute of limitations, we calculate interest and penalties precisely, and we build a filing package that minimizes questions and risk. If your amendment increases tax, we advise you to pay the correct amount of tax properly to stop additional penalties and interest. If you're seeking a refund, we assemble the documentation necessary so that your claim stands up if it's reviewed. And if you already received a notice, we take over communication with the FTB and the IRS so you don't make any statements that could expand any civil or potentially criminal tax investigation. So in closing, if you're thinking about amending your California or federal tax returns, or you already have and you're starting to worry and not sleep at night, don't wait until you receive an audit letter or become criminally investigated. Call the tax law offices of David W. Klasing at 800-681-1295 or visit klasing-associates.com to schedule a confidential, reduced-rate initial consultation today. We're going to protect your rights, we're going to reduce your exposure, and we're going to help you move forward with confidence and sleep well at night. Thank you. Dave Klasing, Tax Attorney-CPA.